What is happening, everybody? Arthur here with the State of the Art crew. We got Cox Create / Concrete. We got the Froggy Geezer, and we're here with episode 70, and it is our 70th episode. You know, one of those numbers. And I chose, one of the best guests I could possibly think of for the 70th. Why can't I was like 70th, the 70th episode. And just so you guys, and if you guys don't know who this is, shame on you, because he's awesome. But I'm going to introduce you to an amazing customizer, dial maker, just artist in general, and overall great person. We got Brian, aka Karvar Customs. How you doing, Brian?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. That was our first time running the new intro. Didn't expect the weird section of just pure black.
Yeah,
I think
we need to trim that off the back.
I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, maybe something's gonna pop up, and then it was us. But yeah, we wanted to do for you guys a new intro for 2024 instead of seeing that same crap over and over again. And look at that, we got Canuck in the house throwing the super chat. This money is for Cox Street and Froggy Geezer. Frack the other guy. Let's get this shit down. Shout on the. Shut up, man. But he did say Woo Hail Karvar Customs.
So Judd, we have to split $7. What do you want to do with yours?
With the three.
Now I have a headache with the cool opening of the stream.
I don't know.
You have a headache because you're not chewing your sub. You're eating it like a goose. We got Trevor in the house. What is up? And yeah, Canuck likes to use that G word, which I will not be putting up on screen. It's like happy.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Gangsta.
I thought he was
Wait,
saying
what is this? I'll be in a dress?
Groovy.
When did you say this?
Them excited.
Kilcron already got to go for this stream. Can it live up to the hype since episode 69 was so freaking awesome? Let's rock this. Yeah, it was. It was like Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is all right. They can be expensive sometimes. But yeah, I was not drinking enough Crown, I guess. So anyway, so we're caught up with chat. I ain't going through all Canucks nonsense over there of him saying things. But anyway, Brian, man, how have you been? How have you been since Legion's Con?
Pretty good. Still recovering.
Should figure.
I'm still trying to get my motivation back to get going into some stuff, but holidays are finally over, out of the way. I'm trying to get my mojo back and get back at it.
Nice. Since Legion's Con, have you picked up anything within that time frame, or has it sort of been like focusing on holiday, family, and just getting sort of settled back in?
Mainly, just Legion's Con was pretty much my last spending spree, and then like Christmas, I did splurge and get myself a new printer to help with some future torches and other things that might be coming soon.
Nice. If you guys aren't familiar, now we're gonna go over that. I ain't even gonna go into that. I was just like, man, that was a good leeway, and like I was gonna go into it, but I'm like, nah, we can hold off for a little bit. But no, yeah, I'm thank you for finding time to come on to the show. It was something that I've been sort of poking you with the stick since Legion's Con, but also understanding that people have lives, holiday. Yeah. And then I also got, had holiday, got sick and all that stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm feeling better. I don't really want to talk about toy news. And I've been wanting to get you on in a while. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? What do you got? You got time?
I appreciate it, man. This is going to be fun. I love doing these.
So you've been sort of chill, holiday, all that stuff. We're gonna do a little round table of going around. Since you sort of kept it chill, didn't really pick up anything besides the
No.
printer.
Just the printer's the main thing. There's a
That's a hell of
couple
a
of little
pickup,
pieces
though.
to help me painting customs and stuff like that. You know, the magnifying glass, but nothing toy related, really.
That's toy related enough, and that's a heck of an investment,
Yeah, you can make a toy with it.
right? It looks like Froggy Geezer got himself a pair of sneakers. You know, he's pulling out the little stuffing or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it's some interesting sneakers.
You got some spawn flip flops,
Yeah.
some sandals. So, Judd, what you pick up? What has arrived within this week?
I grabbed the Spawn Batman 2-pack. Here's what I think of Batman.
You just opened it. So the Spawn was the victor out of that set, huh?
The Batman is trash.
I mean, there's plenty of other Batmans that you could pick up to replace that one anyway.
Well, yeah, I got like 75 of them up there. They're exactly the same. So
You're never gonna find that one you threw into your boxes.
no, I know where it is. It's right there.
It glided because of the cape. We got Joe A. Collects in the house, Toy Addict.
And then the other thing they picked up,
Northern Nomad. Ooh, hola, dudes in blue eyes. Concrete with the blue eyes.
You know what I wonder?
Hmm.
You know, y'all have a girl in the cannibals now.
We do?
Yeah. Paul let her in like yesterday, I think.
Awesome.
I wonder if the person in the chat is her.
No.
No, it's not.
No?
We got to the bottom of it.
Well, then it's dude love.
Love is love, bro. It's all good. That's what this is. This is a love space, a love stream where everybody can just have fun and do whatever the hell they feel like doing.
It's a damn love fest.
It's a love fest. Human centipede time. Let's do it. But so that's all you picked up, Judd. You just got the Spawn in the Batman that disappeared.
And then you have the other thing that I got.
Oh yeah, I do have the other thing, which I will show. look at freaking Concrete up there pulling up like a freaking. He has like a box. He's just pulling out of stuff. I can just see it.
I got my hella dope shit, man.
Nice.
Did you use my promo code unboxing?
Always.
Damn straight.
Actually, the Batman's not bad. I'm just bored with Batman. And I also find it weird that particular Batman has no neck articulation. It's one solid. And why didn't you do that with the 89 Keaton?
Not too sure.
With the Batmobile.
Maybe I'll just be like, hey, McFarlane, you need to come on my stream. We got questions, you know.
You wouldn't be able to handle it.
I'll be like, I'll send you a bag of cocaine. Just come on.
I'd be rapid fire. Why so much Batman? Why not classic? Why is it going to be all the new stuff? Why is it all Greg Capullo or whatever, his buddy? Why is it all his stuff? You know, there's a wide variety of DC characters that we would like other than Batman.
Because Batman sells.
So anyway, Cox Create, what did you get in to pick up? Well, shit, you guys are on this McFarlane kick. All you guys with the Batmans and the Robinses and the...
That's a good wave, though.
Yeah, I get to build Mr. Freeze.
The quality of your camera looks like ass.
No.
Josh.
What? Yeah, it does.
I will say that Mr. Freeze does not look like Arnold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ish.
Ish, yeah.
It's an ish one.
But they got the Robin face pretty good though.
No, Robin I think is the most solid in that wave.
Yeah.
But
And
it's a good wave.
I already got the Clooney Batman from the 6-pack, so I just need the legs out of here.
Using that McFarlane webcam for this stream today. I can see.
You know it. And then I guess it's cool to have her, you know, Alicia Silverstone.
She was so bad. I can't stand her,
Yeah,
her weird like lip thing.
Yeah, but it's
Weird
cool
lip
just to,
thing.
to have an Alicia in the collection.
And when she like talks and stuff, she has a weird lip thing.
You would still touch her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought her friend in that
don't know
show
what you mean.
in that movie was
And-
better.
And I actually met her when she was little.
When she was
She
little.
she went to school with my cousin.
The more you know. So, what the hell?
Musical windows.
Right? Why'd you switch sides, Judd? What the?
He's just moving around.
It's those weird gestures and shit. My pickups finally, since I couldn't find it in store, you know, I had to pre-order it and wait.
I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm just scratching my nuts off camera.
I mean, it is a hefty sack. But yeah, I got the accessory turtle accessories finally. So I'm pretty stoked to have this set. Ended up getting one for me and one for Judd because we both wanted it, and NECA makes it impossible to get anything. So instead of me being able to find it at Target and paying, you know, normal Target price, I had to pay that price plus pay the ridiculous shipping that NECA charges. Granted, it arrived super immaculate, perfect, packed really well. It was awesome. And then I did G.I. Joe Classified wise, got my Button Junkyard.
You like it?
I do.
He loves it.
He's actually a really nice figure. The dog's awesome. Quite impressed with it. I like his
They
little
do make
Ninja
animals
Sub-Zero
really.
mask.
They knock the animals out of the park all the time. Like I only got the Fiona one so far. I want to get a couple of the Timbers for some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that one that I need. I don't really want the Snake Eyes with the Timber, like the box set one. But I'm like, people are finding it so cheap. I'm like, I might need to try to find one for like $10, and you know that'd be worth having a 15th Snake Eyes. But that having a cool white wolf to go with the normal Timber would be sweet.
Snake Eyes is their Batman.
Yeah.
Right, they got the caramel macchiato Snake Eyes out there now.
Right.
You know, soon they're gonna do a pink one that says Stanley, and all the ladies are gonna be fighting for it in Target.
No, they'll do the classic blue one.
The blue,
From like the first episode of the show or whatever.
nobody wants that. Nobody
90s
wants that.
version.
Yeah.
The
Which
weird
is why they'll
couple.
make it.
What do we got? All these. I'm just going through the chat because everybody. What? What? What is this? Judd? Froggy User needs to come to me. And what?
You need to come to him.
He needs some extra mayo on that sub.
Yes.
The news user resolution was to stop pre-ordering, staying liquid for Warhammer drops. Yeah, Trevor is definitely doing that.
You'll feel so much better, Trevor. Not the pre-orders are crazy. I hate pre-orders.
Joe A. Collects says, still waiting on my Heat Boys Mikey. That must be the rapping Mikey.
Is it the Super 7 Heat Raptor?
I don't
I don't know.
Toy Justice Cameron looks similar to Liv Tyler's on Armageddon. Trevor said, I just need those Vanguard veterans and a Redemptor Dread, and my blueberries are done unless they do a Land Raider or a Thunderhawk. And then they started going crazy over 40K stuff. Ball Stick helps. Josh, try the Valentine's Day exclusive.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for you guys to actually make ball stick.
KJ Smith in the house. What's up? Cutthroat said Mutt's going to eat Froggy Geezer's Batman. No, well, Junkyard is the dog. Mutt's the man. Wait, no, he says laugh out loud. Nah, Heat Boys are the TMNT line they're making into huge mechs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are crazy.
Those are pretty cool.
They're like the giant Megazord turtles, and then they come with like little translucent version pilots that actually go into the backs and stuff, and they're die cast, and they're just wild.
I want the RAF.
course you do. Of course you want everything, Raphael. All right, so we went around. So now we're back to
Jesus.
So, man, I've always seen your stuff, your product throughout Facebook and stuff like that. And what really grabbed my attention is when you started dabbling into your torches and stuff like that, and to finally see it in person, see what you're doing, and then you're like, oh, I also do all this stuff, and I'm like, wait, what? It's pretty surreal of what you're able to pump out with it. Like, how did Karvar Customs come to be?
Well, there for a while I wasn't collecting anything, and I stumbled across the Josh Pence's videos and started binge watching, and got back into collecting and stuff. And after I started doing that, I jumped into his group, and I started seeing people posting like pictures of like toys and alleyways and stuff like that. And I was like, being an 80s kid, you remember those commercials as an 80s kid, all the G.I. Joe commercials, He-Man commercials, they always had like the cool toys, but they also had those elaborate setups in the background with all the rocks and stone faces. And I always thought those were freaking cool. Like being a little kid, I was like, I'd love to have something like that. But like then I wasn't able to really pull it off. Give me a cardboard box, I could make anything, but back in the day. But like now it's like I'm actually able to do that kind of stuff, and it's like crazy. So it's like, I mean, it's that's where it all, like, I think like that helped me like with the terrain stuff, like remembering what I saw as a kid, like things I wanted to have as a kid. But like pretty much after seeing pictures of like people doing stuff like this, and I started making alleyways and things like that, and it just kind of turned into terrains, and it went from there. And
oh, go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, this is pretty much where everything really started for me. I made like a couple like cheesy alleyways at first, but I sent this to him for his birthday, and he featured it pretty good, and that's where everything kicked off for me.
Yeah, Josh Pence was the man. His collecting habits were unique,
But on that.
But I mean, he's all in all, he's a good person. He doesn't try to start shit with anybody, and but I do like that he gave you that opportunity. And I mean, you're like, oh, I didn't. It was just I just did this for him. It's no big deal. Like, look at this. This is better than a lot of people that are pumping out. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him helping me out right there, I wouldn't be doing it still today, because he really helped me get my name out there. I sent him that, and he put it over pretty good. And then he had me do a whole detail for his Dragon Ball figures, and he went above and beyond to like really make sure people knew who did it for him. And I'm super grateful for that, and I'll always thank him for that.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing about Josh is he never really doesn't do like shout outs for people. Like anybody that's good with him, he's pretty good with them. So I know he's gotten a lot of shit from people, but if people didn't like what he was doing, he wouldn't be where he was at,
True.
And then this is a better shot of that same Dio.
Yeah. That was like my first time trying to do like free-handed bricks and everything like that, and instead of trying to have uniformed, and it was crazy.
Wait, that was your first Dio?
Right.
That's like
me?
That's my first time trying to do like free-handed bricks. I mean, I've done a couple like small little alleys that didn't really turn out too well.
Dude,
but this is my first time something like
right?
that.
Right. He's just like, man, it's my first time, and you knocked it out of the park.
I'm not trying anymore. Forget it. There's no way I can make anything like that.
That looks amazing. Now here's the question: did the door open?
No. Nope. I'm still not really to that point yet.
You damn noob. No, I'm joking. But nah, man, it looks great. And just the attention to detail, the crumbling of the stones, the boulders, the pieces that are different sizes, how they're broken. That's awesome.
And the funny thing is, when he opened this on his birthday stream, like Big Dub was sitting next to him. And that's when like Big Dub commissioned me to do another piece for him, and it just kind of carried on. And Big Dub actually like helped put my name out there as well. And actually, the next one you kind of popped up there is like somebody that he brought to me. That's Tim's Dio, Disavowed.
Nice.
That's Big Dub introduced me to his girlfriend, who actually had commissioned that for me to give to him for Christmas, and that's like probably at that time that was my better alleyway that I've ever done.
Pretty
That's
good.
huge. I like you're not scared to use some thick foam. You know, it looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
And yeah, Big Dub, man. Big Dub is a huge mythic, cosmic. He loves Four Horsemen. You know, it was sad that we didn't get to see Josh show up to Legion's Con. Hopefully, he'll make it next year.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I'm always trying to.
I'm definitely going then.
We got some. Is this was this just normal, or is this part of the Dragon Ball Z stuff, or?
This is pretty much where like the Dragon Ball Z stuff like went to. Like a lot of that stuff, like I wasn't using like the static grass kind of stuff on it at that point in time. So I was like using like the flocking kind of stuff. So it was like the little foam like grass kind of stuff that glued it down and everything. But since then I've moved on and like using the static grass, and like my carving's gotten a lot better since the Dragon Ball or early Dragon Ball things I was doing.
Paul, Josh Pence once saved me from a burning building. Trevor was like, for real? He's like, no, not at all. But I do have his phone number, and he's a buddy. Yeah, I got his number too. Oh, yeah, those look awesome, but expensive. You'd be surprised,
Canuck, you buy Joy Toy, bro. What do you mean it's expensive?
Do you want to? You want to go over any pricing of stuff that do you still make this stuff?
Yeah, I still make it. I've kind of slowed down on making them just because like last year was kind of crazy and I was really gearing. I was trying to aim my whole year for Legion's Con because I really wanted to make a good impact in it, in that community as well. But yeah, I'll still do these. I just whenever time allows it, I like to do my sales on Instagram where I'll post if you're following me on Instagram, I'll like lead up to my sales and I'll let you know when they're coming and everything. I'll start showing off what I'm working on, and you'll kind of see that as a work in progress leading up to it. But something like this goes for about 70. So I mean,
we got your first question. Can you ask the guest if he likes magnets to hold up the walls on the dioramas? I think that's sort of that's a given, right? Yeah.
At first I didn't use magnets and I was like struggling with it, and then I finally started watching videos and finding out magnets are the best way to go. If you're trying to get into it, don't use Walmart magnets because they're shit. They don't stick. They don't hold on to anything. So just Home Depot, they're great ones. Hobby Lobby has great stuff like that too. Those are my go-tos.
We got Ted Darkclaw. Hello, friends. What's up, Ted? And then Joey Kleck's like, I like how Karvar is casually making a masterpiece. And he's like, it's okay. But that's sort of how artists are, though. That's how artists are. We create something, then by the time we're done, like people are like, this is awesome. It's like, yeah, it's, you know.
Well, you know, as an artist, you always think you could do better. You're always trying to push yourself to do better. So, I mean.
And you know the little flaws where you're like, man, I think I messed up a little bit here, but nobody's really noticing it or this or that. And...
Right. I'm seeing like 6 or 7 places on this right now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. It's like killing me. It's just OCD. It's like, you know.
And how big is this? Fill a Detolf, basically?
That is a Detolf shelf right there. Yeah, that will fit
for $70. You're basically so that's. I mean,
the tops in this, like at first I wasn't
expensive.
At first I wasn't doing the sides, and they were cheaper. But then I started seeing people trying to use them for pictures, and they can only do the one side, so the sides are also carved and everything on them, and so that way you can like. There's one guy that's bought like a few of these from me, and he uses them in background, like mountains in his backgrounds of his pictures, and I never even thought about using them like that. I just thought of them as like display pieces.
Yeah, I mean these are amazing, and then you even got here's this like a stone version of it.
Yeah, my Detolf ones, I think I have like 6, maybe 7 styles I do.
Are these like staggered to where they're higher in the back?
Yeah.
Than the front? They are, okay.
Yeah.
I might need
they're like fancy ass risers.
Right.
Well, I'm thinking I want one to do photos with my Naruto stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like at first I was just like trying to aim towards Dragon Ball, but then it's like I started seeing people use them for a little bit of everything, Power Rangers and Star Wars and stuff like that. So I just started making them kind of just whatever you want to use them for, kind of thing.
So there you guys go. You can get some different risers that look badass instead of dealing with clear risers and stuff like that.
Hey, I like my clear
I
risers.
use them too, but sometimes you just want to add a little oomph to some
Can't
of the
even
stuff.
see the risers.
I don't have any risers.
It's because your glasses aren't on.
It's got nothing to do with my reading glasses.
Is this the same alleyway that or is this a new one?
This one's a new one. This one went to Kiwi in New Zealand, Kiwi Collector. This was like probably my best alleyway I've done to date. I first time really using like the light over the door, the fire in the barrel, and a lot of other like new things I used in this, like polystyrene plastic for the dumpster. I totally built the dumpster like out from like little sheets of plastic and just glue, and I've done a lot more on this one than I've done on any other like the alleyway styles. And that the hole in the wall, that comes like a separate wall where you can pull it out and put it back in, and it's like a whole complete wall without the hole in it.
Paul saying texture's more sediment than ingenious shots like as an artist would. And then Canucks like it's a dumpster fire. That's a hobo burn barrel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always
sing shanties.
You can move that over there and make it a dumpster fire, though.
That is true. But I like the little garbage bags. And
This
stuff like that.
This looks good. Like how? So like I bought one probably like this from a guy, but I paid $350. So they get expensive, but it's well worth it because they're really nice.
I charged him $250 for it.
Yeah, see, they're already doing better. Don't change your price now. I meant that guy sold it to me for $250.
I like to pride myself a little bit on being the affordable dio guy. I get a lot of shit from my wife about it, but like I like the fact that anybody that wants to be a collector can have something, you know.
But you, sir, will sell more because I come across a lot of these dials and they're like $400. I'm like, I can't like anything like now over 300. Like I really, really, really look at it, you know. So $250, I think, is fair. How long does it take you to make this though?
This one took me a couple months because, like, I was also in between. I was also put out a sale, like, of those detail size dios, and this one I just wanted to make sure it was perfect because it was going so far away. So I wanted to make sure it was like had as much as I could put into it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just it's insane. You got the little fire escape ladder up there. Just the attention to detail, like and even the the window in the door has the mesh in there.
Yeah.
So.
The one thing I never caught on about this is like I put a kick plate on the outside of the door that you pull from. I never caught that until like after I made it. I was like, oh well, it looks
maybe the door goes both ways.
There you go. Now here's a question, and it's probably not. I probably know it, but do those bricks can they fit in like a puzzle piece and fill that hole?
Oh no,
no, okay,
no. That. There's a whole separate wall that's completed, and you can switch them out if you wanted to. So if you didn't want the giant hole, you can leave it.
How tall was this?
It's been a minute. So I think it was close to maybe 15, 18 inches tall, and about 24 inches wide, and maybe 18 inches deep.
Good size.
That is nice. Canucks said, how many hours did you take to build this start to finish?
2 months.
I never really pay attention to time. Like my wife gets on me that I need to start looking at how much time I put into things, and I always forget to.
And Trevor said, someday I will have room for dios. Joey Collector says, I feel your pain, Trevor. Now, when it comes to like somebody commenting like that, like you could pretty much say, hey, what space do you got? And you could probably work with it, right?
Right. I've had a few people like, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? You know, and I'll adjust it. I can make it, you know, I can make it fit any kind of shelf that you want. It's just whatever space you're working with, really.
Well, that's why the DTOF one's great, whether you're putting in a DTOF or like I could use it for photography and put it in front of the computer screen, pull up some photo in the back and blend it. and it works perfect. And then if I have 8 of them, I can just stack them on top of each other, put them in the closet. So.
Trevor says, "Hey, I'm a door guy, and I've seen coworkers put the kick plate on the wrong side of real doors."
Yeah,
It must have been Trevor's crew. Yeah, man, your work is just insane.
but
And
now you bought a new printer, so you're gonna start printing a lot of this stuff, or?
At this point, I didn't have a printer, so like a lot of the stuff, like the kick plate on the door handle, and the roll thing on the top of the garage, are actually used out of pop cans.
Okay.
I took them and cut them apart and like turned them inside out. And
here he goes again. He's like, I didn't have a 3D printer, but I still did this.
Well, that's good because now it'll take him less time when because he can okay, I'm going to print a door, a ladder, the electrical box, the dumpster, the barrels. I mean, you can print most of the stuff that will make it that much quicker for you.
Yeah, I mean, since this time, I've actually kind of done other alleyways where I've printed out like just the door handle, and I still use I'll do the kick plate, but I'll use a lot of the stuff that like the polystyrene. I really liked how that turned out with the dumpster, and I'll just print out like the side rails. Like I'll do little things to add into the bigger parts, but like majority of it will still be like handmade.
Right. And then when you're doing these dios, doing photography, I love it when they put little working lights in because then you get a realistic effect on the figure from that light because it's scaled right.
Right.
So those are always good for dios, is like scaled lights. It's weird, but I like them.
Also, with this dio, that's the far wall with the fire escape and that door, you can actually take that off and put it where the camera's sitting right now. And it's actually, you could turn the whole dio to its side and it has a whole other angle, like going down an alley to the loading dock doors.
Right.
So that way you have options
good too, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that came out really well.
Yeah, that's just
clean.
A bunch of pieces of plastic glued together.
Hey, whatever works.
Now, Canucks wanting to say, what materials do you use on the dios?
It was just answered.
Mostly just
literally.
The pink foam from Home Depot is the main thing.
Just rewind it, replay it. Canuck replay.
Go to Home Depot. It's pink foam board. Comes in what are they, 25 by 25 or something? I can't remember how big.
Yeah, there's the 4x8s or the 2x2s. Or,
yeah,
depending on what thickness you want.
Can you mute Froggy Geezer? You learn how to get good with Bondo around my crew.
Yeah.
Now this is pretty sweet. So
it's Mordor.
Wait, where did Froggy go? Oh, he's there. He just disappeared. Don't let Canuck win.
It's the ghost of Froggy Geezer past.
Now, did this light up at all or anything like that? Did you mess with any
This was my first time really trying to do the lava stuff. It's been something I wanted to try to do for a while, and it took me a while. It's pretty much like a plaster, and I just kind of paint on it and make it look like lava. I haven't got that far into it yet to try and make it glow or anything like that.
Ooh.
It's definitely something I would like to adventure into. It's just time.
Yeah. Maybe like a resin, and you're already doing the torches, so you know how to incorporate the LEDs.
Yeah.
Another riser?
Yep.
Looks like something you'd see in Lord of the Rings.
Now this is making me want to shoot Princess Buttercup and Wesley. When they roll down the hill.
Oh, this is sweet. This would be a good little Hulk setup. Iron busted up buildings and iron girders.
Yeah, this is my first attempt at something like this. I did another one, and I had a fire hydrant sticking out of it, and you're killing me. Is it the first attempt thing?
Yeah, the first attempt thing. It's this is my first attempt.
In all honesty, if you want to try and do a diorama, just watch a video on YouTube about how to make a brick wall, and then you can incorporate that into anything and make anything you want. All it is just pretty much making your shapes and everything, texturing, and then painting. It's
not me.
Just find a video and you can do it, man. It's
anyone can do it. Look what I did my first time out. Yeah, That's intimidating. I'm not even gonna try.
I've tried to carve like rocks and stuff. It's a
It'll
pain
look all
in the ass.
bad. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, check it
Yeah.
out. It's sweet.
But I did
Rocks don't
find
look like that,
just
Judd.
using that spray foam makes pretty good like cliff sides. You could just use that.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I mean, you could. It's definitely trial and error, and the more you do it, like you'll start to learn how the material works better to try and get different edges and everything. It's the hardest thing about making like rock faces and everything is being random. Like that's the hardest part about making like terrain and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
making it look like it's not like handmade and uniformed in some way.
Yeah, that's what I found like making when I do floors, like wood floors and stuff like that. I try not to be too uniform because when it's too uniform, it doesn't come across in the photography right. Or if
Yeah.
it's fucked up a little bit, it looks like some guy did it. You know, like it
Right.
just happened.
Cutthroat wants to know, can you do a diorama with the car on its side in the middle of a military zone?
A 112 car.
That'd
If
be
you
kind of
provide the car,
Yeah, I mean, if you provide the car, I don't mind messing it up and throwing it into the ground.
I got a Bratz car. Fuck it up.
Shoot some BBs through it or pellets through it to give it the bullet holes and stuff like that, or shoot it with some buckshot.
Oh,
with some buckshot, that thing would blow up.
send him your Batmobile, Judd.
Shoot it with buckshot.
Paul said, I was bored yet, so I decided to build my own hovercraft from recycled materials. It was my first attempt. Canuck says he got a Barbie car and 2 Bratz cars. Laugh out loud.
Yep, I got that Bratz car too.
Somebody might be hitting you up later, being like, "Hey, about that military."
But I mean, I don't mean to make it sound like it's super easy, but like it's one of those things. It's if you want to try it, and there's plenty of people that you can reach out to. Like I've had people reach out and ask me how to do things. I don't mind telling people, trying to help out as much as possible. Because I mean, a lot of times, like this stuff has helped me out a lot, like mentally and things, like trying to like get past anxiety issues and things like that. So I mean, I'm always here. If anybody wants to try and do things, I'm more than happy to help you out as much as possible. Try and walk you through anything. Try and give you tips, anything you need. Don't hesitate, because like being creative, it helps a lot with people. And I totally try to get people to jump out your comfort zone and try it. Like 5 years ago, I never touched foam before. So, I mean, and this is after 5 years. So, I mean, you never know.
That's true. And that,
Are you using like a foam cutter now? Like one of those blades or the heat thing?
I have like the Proxon table cutter. And basically, all I do with it is just get the basic shapes. And I just use like a snap blade for the rest of it. And I just carve it all by hand.
Nice.
And the statement you just said there about you willing to help and all that type of stuff, and then keeping your prices, reasonable and things like that. That's another reason of why I wanted you to come on the show and show off the stuff that you do and make awareness of what you do, because that doesn't really exist out there too much.
Right.
Prime example, don't mean to name drop, but this is before I started doing YouTube and started getting into collecting, and I was watching people's stuff. There was this YouTuber called Invades Customs, and started watching. He was doing like a sculpture of like a Kuma or something, and he was doing it out of clay. And I dabble in the arts. I mess with clay and stuff like that. So I just asked him what tools, just like a conversation in the chat or whatever. And then his response was, go to Patreon and subscribe and blah blah blah. And it's like, I just asked like a simple question, and then he was just sort of a douche about it. And
no, that's not cool. Like, I have a Patreon. Not saying anybody go do it, because I'm horrible with it and I'm trying to fix that. But
you should go do it, because the Patreon link is actually in the description.
Go there and pay
everything
money.
for Karvar Customs.
I'm going to fix it, the tiers a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's stupid. Like, I'll reach out. Anybody that reaches out, I'm more than welcome to help you out. I've had friends that's like, don't teach them how to do stuff, then they won't need you. But at the same time, if I'm helping somebody get creative that might have these kind of same mental, anxieties and things like that I was going through, and it could help them, that's more important than.
Well, plus, like, the
anything else.
reality is you didn't used to do this. You learned this from the internet already.
Right.
So really, what are you gatekeeping?
Right.
Nothing really.
My secret skills.
People are still going
way
to
to cut bricks.
people are still going to pay you because they don't want to sit down and do it themselves. That's why we buy everything, because we don't want to make it ourselves. So that's
It is
crazy
time
to be like,
consuming, yeah.
oh, yeah.
Look at those little wall torches that light up. They're like perfect little nipples that you just want to. And this is what actually we were talking about you last stream, because Josh is getting into Cosmic Legions because Mythics weren't really his thing, and then you said it was hard to shoot because you didn't really have anything like diorama wise or anything to do those good photo shoots. And then I was talking about how you do some awesome work with the wall torches and all that type of stuff. And yeah, it's just prime example, Josh, of what I was talking about.
Yeah,
that's one of the main reasons why I got into Mythics, is because like they're just fun, even just to take outside and mess around and try and find a good, like we have a garden across the way and has like a waterfall stream thing to it. So that was like some of my first things I was doing, was taking pictures with Mythics, and that's one of the main things that drew me into them, because I didn't really need anything too elaborate, but you could have like your awesome castles and stuff like that as well.
yeah. Ooh, look there. That's cool.
I just did that one for Lenny before the Kingpin Customs. That was at Legion's Con around one of his tables that was showing off I think it was a Zorro custom or his mariachis that he made.
Looks awesome.
Like now I'm starting to use like real dirt on and this one, that's the first time I was using like real dirt for the ground, and actually bringing in like rocks and actual sticks and stuff to use for the accents and stuff like that, instead of trying to carve something.
This is cool.
That is really cool.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody make like a stucco Mexican church.
I wasn't sure if I could even pull it off. I was watching a lot of videos trying to find the right kind of material to use, and Black Magic crafted this one series where he did some kind of future like cyberpunk thing and wanted some kind of like gritty look like that, and I just kind of stacked it on a little thicker than what he used it as, and it just kind of turned out exactly how I needed it.
Yeah, it looks great. Is that door printed, or did you make that door out of?
The only things printed on this are the torches and like the door work, like the metal parts on the door and the door handles.
Okay.
And that's it. The rest of it's all foam and a couple pieces of polystyrene plastic on the windows too. They're also printed.
Yeah, nice.
Cutthroat says I like the moss growing on the stones. Looks very cool. And then Canuck said the hard part that I would have the biggest problem with is painting. Where did you learn your painting from, and what hurdles do you have to overcome to get started?
Painting is probably, I always say painting is my weakest part, because like I'm hard with like judging colors. Like there's a lot of people that can take and just make something look hyper realistic and everything, and they use like colors that I don't even think about using, and I don't see how they can get the end result with and I'm pretty basic with my colors. Like what I do is I just start with something dark and I just kind of dry brush lighter and lighter till I get it to somewhere where I want it, and just kind of layer it on and just go as you dry brush, do lighter and lighter until you find it where you need it to be. I mean, where you want it to be.
It's like watching people make rust. They're like brown and then put some yellow. I'm like, what the fuck?
Some people use cinnamon. Some people use cinnamon for rust.
Yeah, cinnamon, or you get the Gundam.
Photo.
There's like Gundam powders that you can use.
Hmm.
It's almost looks like your wife's makeup.
Huh.
And you kind of use a Q-tip and then kind of just rub it where you want it for like rust or grease and that kind of stuff. I've seen people use that too.
See, I took my dumpster outside and I got it muddy, and then I threw some fucking brown paint on it.
Citadel Paints has this one technical color, Typhus Corrosion.
Yeah.
It has like little particles in it. You pretty much just paint it on how you want it, let it dry, and it's gritty like rust. And then you can even dry brush like another color onto it to give it a little bit orange, or however you want to give it a little bit of kick to make your rust a little bit more detailed as well.
I love Citadel paints. Citadel paints are like so good.
Those things are pricey.
They're worth it though.
Right. I mean, if you do use that, just use an old brush, because it will fuck your brush up. It's all the little like grits and stuff that's in it. It won't come out really easily, so it will mess your brushes up.
You Back when I
I
painted
want this, but I
Warhammer,
have no cowboy action figures. Damn it.
Brave Star's coming from. You got that one company that's trying to do it before
Oh,
ramen.
Dawson, half the price.
Yeah, but I like the ramen racer or ramen look. A little bit more
I
realistic.
like it
I
too,
guess it
but
depends if you want the realistic look or a cartoon look.
what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, like the ramen one is better, but it's double the price of the other one.
True.
Like, how well do you need a Brave Star done? That's what it comes down to.
I'm kind of surprised Super 7 hasn't jumped on that yet, to be honest with you. The way I've been picking up all the old 80s license, like Silverhawks and all of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping they do some street show.
Cutthroat says the stucco looks real in this diorama.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I was really nervous about that because, like, I told Lenny, I was like, I'm nervous, dude. He's like, I wanted something like Hispanic, looking and everything like that. And I'm like, I know nothing about the cultures or anything like that. I'm like, I live in the middle of Ohio. The closest thing I have to that is like my local restaurant. And it's like, I was like, I'm going to piss this guy off. The whole time I was like, I'm worried about offending Lenny. I'm like, dude, this is going to suck so bad. And he loved it. And I was like, this is great. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it
was
looks
like,
awesome.
This is great.
Like that was the thing I was most worried about. Is like if I could make him happy with it, both like without like offending him, because like I didn't want it to look like a Mexican restaurant at the end of the time. Because that's
Hey,
like,
I mean,
all
it
I know.
looks like you could pull up a moose up there,
Right.
Yeah, you can get a little neon sign for the front and put like El Toro on it. And make, it a restaurant.
make some from dusk till dawn, the titty twister or whatever the heck that place is called.
It was the titty twister.
little Cheech Marin in the front.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You
no,
want apple pie? Yeah.
Look at that. We got a little glory hole type
That
of
was
mountain set up.
that was a giveaway.
It was a giveaway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
it's
giveaways
like-
a lot. I just
yeah.
did one for Christmas time. I got another one that's going to be coming up for hitting 3,000 followers.
So you guys need to go. The link's down below. Follow him on Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you did like the snow covered riser detail, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the giveaway.
And I saw these at Legion's Con, and people were loving these. These things are awesome. Little they're koozies or cozies or whatever.
You put a red Solo cup in it and use it if you want. There was a guy who bought one on night of setup, and he was walking around drinking beer out of it already. I was like, this is awesome. Free advertisement right there. That's great.
How much are those?
45. I have one left.
I call it.
All right, get a hold of me after the show.
All right.
Cheers.
Yeah, I was eyeballing on my house there. I was like, I want something like this, but I want a dishwasher safe type of thing or something because I'd be afraid of like, I don't know. I guess a Solo cup does the same thing, and it's easier to clean that way. You can just throw away the damn Solo cup.
Yeah.
I use mine for my paintbrushes. It's a cool paintbrush cup too.
But yeah, this was awesome, and they were going because when I was looking at them, it's like your wife was there, and crazy how well she just supports the hell out of your hobby.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't be doing this shit without her, dude. She's amazing.
I think she's helped done some undercoating on some of your stuff.
Oh yeah, she paints like a lot of the base coats and things like that. She's trying to dabble in the customs as well. So I'm trying to help her with that, and I'm still learning on that stuff. So we're kind of going through that together.
He's like, I'm learning. Here's my first custom. Bow.
I'm still a noob. Check this out.
Now, are you going to continue making these?
These I'll do sparingly because those are a lot of work, and also my Dremel died making this last batch for Legion's Con, so I don't really have a reliable Dremel right this time. So I will return to them. It's just once I get a better Dremel to start using for them. Oh, and there she is in the chat, like, tooting her own horn.
And then, hey, that's almost like a hella dope cup that you don't have unboxed. Shut up, Canuck.
Yeah, now I have that mug.
I'm gonna get us some state of the art mugs or something.
Right?
We gotta make them cooler than the hella dope mugs, though.
When you're drinking it has like in the center out of the same material. It's like a penis. So then you like drink it. You're like, wait, why is there a little penis in my cup?
No, that's yours, Art. You're the only one
that
that likes
yours like that.
No, that would be for everybody.
Well, then I don't want one.
We got a super chat. We got Junkie and Crafts and Builds for the $2. Hey, Art, Carver, and crew. What is up? It was nice to meet him at Legion's Con. very humble, very nice guy. And I think that's sort of the vibes of Legion's Con. And I can't say it enough. It's just like it's constantly just a giant convention of everybody just showing the love and supporting everybody, you know?
It's the best community easily. Like if you're a toy collector and you've been in a toy group, you know how shitty it can be. Like you don't get that in that community. Everybody's like, at first when I was in that community, I joined the Cabal and I was like kind of overwhelmed. There's so many amazing people doing so much amazing shit all at once. And it's just like, you know, I'm not showing anything I do here. I'm not in that league. And eventually I like started kind of branching out and trying to do stuff. And it's a giant family. They all like push you to be better and help you be better in every way.
Yeah.
It's good. I haven't ran into any groups that I've been into where the people were just really shitty. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
There's a G.I. Joe groups out there that are
You're
that
lucky.
way. And yeah, it's a lot of negativity out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you didn't feel when you were at Legion's Con.
Oh, no.
Even though I didn't get a damn Cabal shirt when I was there and everybody else did around me, and I'm like, what?
I missed those too. My wife went and chased them down to find one. She's always about trying to get her Cabal shirts at everything we go to now.
Dante got 2 because they gave him like a super small medium, and then he went and got one of those proper size. And damn straight, everybody hit that like button. Show some love.
I already did.
Yeah, I know you probably did when I posted up the
exactly every
week.
Get that algorithm
it's
going.
The better half. Yeah, you know she's gonna be listening and watching. She's probably standing in the doorway, waiting for him to say something that he's, you know, catch him when he's messing up on something.
No, they wait till you get in bed at night and they're like, "What did you mean by that?"
Didn't he do a diorama for AEW wrestler?
Yes, sir. I did Ethan Page. I did.
Damn.
He has 4 of my dios, and if you watch any of his videos in his office, this one and another one sitting right behind him.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He's really cool, dude. If you have a chance to meet him and just bullshit with him, he's awesome. Like he didn't have to help me out and put my name out as much as he did, and like his video came out for I think this one or the one before it, and my shit jumped almost 1,500 people.
Nice.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah, before Danhausen was getting his YouTube all big and stuff, I was like, I reached out to him to try to have him on because I was like, oh, you're a wrestler, dude, and some people like wrestling and you're into toys and stuff, because I wanted to reach out and bring people on that are not your typical toy collectors to just sort of talk about the hobby and stuff like that.
Right.
He didn't respond back. And one of my buddies from Michigan knows him, and I was like, man, that sucks. I was like, I tried to message him multiple ways, but again, he exploded to where he's probably not even dealing with this social media anymore.
Well, Wesley Snipes blocked me on Instagram.
What?
What'd you do?
I just wanted to talk. Okay, that's all.
So Wesley,
You're like,
how was
hey, bro.
prison?
So did Kim Kardashian. She blocked me too.
But like he's cool, he's down to earth, and like I'll message him every now and then, talk to him about some toys and shit. I'll send him like things about some Mortal Kombat figures because he's huge into those, and we'll sit there and bullshit for a second, and then you know he'll react to some things I post every now and then. And
awesome.
He's cool, you know. He's like I said, he's helped me out a lot with getting my name out there recently, and I don't like he's really cool. Yeah, I definitely if you have a chance to meet him, definitely do it. He's a good dude.
I watch a lot of his videos where they go into the the comic shops and stuff like that, and the toy shops, and try to find stuff.
Yeah. Every time he comes to Toy Ohio, except for once, I took him something. And it's kind of funny if you watch the first one, I give him one of my little round grass ones, and I'm like, look what I made. And then because I'm like nervous as shit because of cameras at that point, and it's like, but it's kind of I'm growing out of it slowly.
Junkie and Crassville says, gentlemen, are you ready for the Poxus wave? I didn't pre-order anything for Poxus, even though
I
want
am.
Poxus in this
I
horse.
am. It'll be here by November.
I think I want to try to pick up a Poxus in this horse. Just
Poxus November.
Judd's been waiting 15 years for that.
Been waiting 75 years for those.
Josh, Paul says that Wesley Snipes blocked you because you didn't call him Blade.
I asked him. I was trying to find out how to skip out on my taxes.
Well, there's your answer, Joey Clicks.
He was like, block.
He's a better shot. Wait, is that the same? That is the same.
Little glamour shot. Like, I think the only thing that's printed on this one is just the window frame and the door handle. Everything else is all, like, the ladder is all the polystyrene plastic. I heated it up and bent it how I needed it, and the rest of it.
Did you use spackle for in between the bricks, or is that paint?
Yeah, the spackling.
Are you gonna start printing like your whole door and ladders now, or?
I can. It's just that I also like to be. I want to try and do as much of it as possible by hand.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of people that use like a lot of fancy high-end tools to do stuff, and I want to be different from, like, laser cutters and all them. And I want to try and do as least amount of like high-end stuff as I can when I make something.
Right.
You mean you don't want to just program a computer to cut it all and do everything and then sell it for like ridiculously high prices?
That's what I would do.
So.
No.
Hey, it's easy. I mean,
what kind of printer did you get?
I have my first one was the Elgu Saturn, and I just got the Elgu Saturn 3 Ultra.
Nice.
It's badass. I love that thing so far. I've only done a couple things with it, and it's so much quicker and it looks so much better.
Yeah, I did the resin printing for a little while, but the resin got old after. It's so messy.
Your ass's ADD kicked in. You're like, yeah, I'm over it. You're like printing shit left and right. I have some of the stuff, and
I have bags of shit I printed. I don't know.
Send it over here. I still got, like, I utilize your little milk crate all the time. It's not even painted, but you know, it's full of liquor bottles and stuff. I have it sitting on this rusted up barrel.
If I ever went back to printing, though, I think I would go to PLA just to cut down on the smell and the mess.
Yeah.
Which one does all the lines?
PLA.
Yeah, that's garbage. And I hope that's not the printer you got, because I feel bad.
No, he got the resin printer.
Yeah, because like, you got people that are like, I watched, it was like on TikTok, somebody was selling these like ghastly little lights. They light up and it has like this mist that comes around it. It looks like a ghastly from Pokemon.
Yeah. And
somebody bought it and it's just riddled with those freaking 3D printed lines, and it looks so crappy. And they spent like $90-something on it. And I'm like,
I've seen people get the PLA printers dialed in enough to where they come out really smooth. Not as good as resin, but they can get pretty close.
I feel like those ones, you would get those, you'd sand them down, and then you'd cast a mold and do like resin from those.
You could do that. Yeah, that's just too much work.
I'd sand them and paint them.
Yeah,
and then the lines magically disappear.
Yeah, you fill them in. Damn it!
What one is this? Just another building you did?
Yeah, this is like a recreation of my second Dio I ever did. I redid it for Ethan Page. And this is another one I did. Yeah, this is the other one that's sitting in his office. He does a video and he's sitting there and you can see behind him. It was really cool. One day he was sharing his story that he's sitting there playing with his daughter with it. And I was like, that's badass. You know, it's like, it's not just, it's being enjoyed by her as well. And it's just cool to see stuff like that.
And then he sent you a bunch of autograph shit because he's cool like that. Ethan Page, send him some stuff. No. Man,
that one was for the Savage Crucible diorama contest they did last year.
Oh, nice!
I ended up getting third place with it.
Third? What the hell?
What?
Who won? Well, Jesus Christ!
We don't need to mention that name that won. You know,
I can't remember.
There you go. See, it was forgettable. But look at that. You got like skulls everywhere, skulls on freaking sticks. Like, who doesn't want a skull and a stick?
Did you send this to Savage?
No, they did. I was actually going to ask them if they wanted to use it at PowerCon because that's just an hour away from us last year, but I didn't get a chance to get a hold of them in time.
Cutthroat saying that he bets that you can make cool backstage panels for a wrestling entrance.
There might be something wrestling related coming for a certain wrestler soon. I don't know. I got to reach back out to him, see if he still wants to do it. Last time I talked to him, he wanted to do something for his wrestling figures that he was working on. So,
Junkian says he has a Creality S1S and a CR10 for FDM printing. Exactly, that person didn't get their settings right, or they didn't take the time to get it looking good. Oh, okay. What that would look great for Conan figures as well. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Toy Father in the house, awesome dudes.
Boo.
Smash that like button. You need to see, dude. Chris, get Carver on, bro. Let everybody. You guys would love this stuff. Like Toy Father is a toy photographer. He's part of the Toy Talk crew with Cox Create, Toy Addict, and everybody else. It just seems like it's a growing channel of. They cycle in people, but they got no chewing in there. Which actually you probably met a lot of them at Legion's Con, actually.
Probably,
pretty sure.
You know, they were hanging out with Yimbo and stuff like that. All those guys do great photography shots. You know, Cox Create does sometimes, you know, but you know.
Yeah. When I'm high on heroin.
I mean,
what?
At least he takes pictures.
Ooh.
Except other than collecting accessories that are for photography.
All your mini.
See, look at that. You're lucky you got Judd to the rescue, Josh. He's like, well, Arthur, you piece of shit. You're buying all these accessories and effects and shit. And you don't use them. You got a fucking dial. You don't even use it.
Just go kill yourself.
Just go jump off a fucking cliff. Carver,
hey, go
to
play
build
in
me up
traffic,
a cliff so I can
would you?
just walk off it, okay?
How big are these?
These all these started off as like the base of it was a 12-inch by 12-inch square that I started with, and pretty much I have like a bunch of scrap bags of foam in my garage that I just, you know, pieces that were too big to get rid of, and you know, so I end up dumping out a bunch of them and kind of threw things together, and this is a mystery box sale I had.
Just some random shit he just slapped together, and he's like, I'm gonna make something out of it.
How much do these go for?
These were like $75 for the box, and you didn't know which one you were going to get. And I actually had a chase box that had a torch that wasn't even released yet in one of them.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like a little fun side thing for it.
Yeah, I'm going to need one of these. Ooh.
Right?
That's cool.
I'm going to do more of these. This was a lot of fun to mess with. Hey, Art, this was my first time doing something like this.
Take that, you son of a
right? It's just really freaking good, man. It's really good. The clean paint, you got the moss where it needs to be. The
shingles,
like, damn, and you got the little statue dude in there that was 3D printed, right?
Oh yeah, that's from Hero Forge.
No, he made it with his eyes closed.
I mean, probably.
It was my first time doing it with my eyes closed, though.
Yeah.
This is Street Fighter. This is for Dalsum, right? Yeah. Or wait, no, not Dalsum. It was Ryu and Sagat.
So this is real dirt again, or
yeah, this is.
How are you getting the dirt to stay that well, though? Like straight?
Pretty much, I put a layer of glue down, put it on, and then like I'll go through and use like watered down glue to kind of seal it, hold it into place.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then it dries really well. It looks like.
Oh yeah, it stays on there pretty good. Every now and then you'll have like maybe a pebble kind of shake loose off of it, but they're pretty on there pretty good. Depends on how rough you want to be with it.
Well, it's just like if you get a flocked figure, that shit comes off too.
Right.
Cutthroat said, I would love a diorama for Mondo Masters of the Universe He-Man figure. Dude, that'd be a huge ass dio because those things are huge. And then Junkie and Craft said watered down PLA.
Yeah, pretty much. I just use like Mod Podge and like water it down so it's like the consistency of milk, and then kind of just use a dropper and put it on there.
Good luck. So you're charging for freaking dirt and grass? How lame! You should be using pigs.
Of course, I got to charge extra. That's like part of my driveway on that shit.
Joey collects about to unfollow Carver and his Midas touch. Every dial looks great, and it's his first time making them.
Some people just have it, man.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Well, see, that's the thing. You're seeing pictures of all the good ones. There's a lot of ones that didn't make the cut. Just put it
Those
that
don't
way.
exist. What are you
Never
talking about?
happened. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like that just looks awesome.
That one was at Legion's Con.
Yep.
Ryan Gonzalez from Saturday Day Live got it. He's been doing pictures with it. Pretty good. They've been turning out pretty good.
I seen this one on your Instagram, and you were like, "You have to pick this up. I'm not shipping this shit."
That thing that's the biggest thing I've ever made. That's 4 foot by 3 foot and almost like a little over 3 foot tall.
First time doing caves?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to buy this, and then when your cat's layer comes in, you can like mesh them together. So this is like outside your cat's layer.
But see, like as you've been going through the like slides, you start to see like, you remember the one that had the hole in the middle? I said it was a giveaway.
Yeah.
That led to doing the cave. And each one I do is like kind of like stepping up to doing different things. It's just, over time you just kind of venture into trying something new, and a lot of times just don't shit against the wall and see what sticks and seeing what you could do with it, kind of deal.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, and it is cool that because I did put them in order the way you sent them to me, and I'm like, you can see the progression, but it's like, damn, man, even with the progression, it's just like you started with amazingness, and you're just getting crazier and crazier. Like, it's like Goku was already badass, but then he has how many levels of Super Saiyan? Like, come on.
9.
Like, there's actually a post on my Instagram. It's actually one of the first pieces I did for Josh's Dragon Ball stuff, and it's the first picture, and it progresses through the different years, and it actually goes step by step of what I've changed over the years of how I do different things.
Right.
So I mean, it's always a growing process. It's just
the path looks too real. It has to be fake dirt again. Oh man.
Like, this is like one of the first times I started using plastic plants because I was really nervous about how to pull that off. And there's another diorama guy in Florida, Mr. C, who does amazing work. He showed how he does it, and I just started trying to do it. And it's my first time doing something on a wide scale with it.
Now, all these dials that we're looking at, these are all 1/12 scale.
Oh yeah, this is all Mythic Legion intended. Like, I actually when I first got my I can't remember what wave it is, I unboxed it and I didn't have it completed yet, and I just stood it up on there, and I really didn't expect it to be like, as you look at it, and it's like, even in pictures you're looking at it now and you really don't grasp how big this dio is. Like, I've sent people pictures like as work in progress with a mythic sitting in the middle of it, and they still like, oh, that looks pretty cool, and they don't realize there's a figure standing there. And one of them came to my house one day and he's like, holy shit, dude. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
I
this is just outside too, with like the natural light, the sunlight on it and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, it's still available if anybody wants it. You just have to come to Ohio to get it.
I'm already in Ohio, but I don't have room for that.
It goes outside, Judd, damn it.
Huh?
It stays outside.
Then we got this.
That's a call back to the first dio that got everything started.
So yeah, you can see how much you've improved from the first to this one too.
Right.
It's got those nice wall torches.
Incorporated the same windows from the one I did for Lenny into that one as well.
Nice.
We got the snow.
This is cool. Like, it's simple, but it's cool. I like it.
I don't want to say this again, but that was my first time doing a snow, like actual snow on it. The other ones I've done.
Well, you don't have icicles and shit on it, so it's epic fail, okay?
Start over.
Like the
How
ones
big
I've
is
done. That one, it started off like a 12 by 12 piece, and I just kind of went and started cutting and gluing stuff together, and that's where it ended up.
Like, Santa would look good on that,
right? Or Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Or Cocaine Bear.
We haven't got that figure yet.
I mean, that's the next set from Mythics.
That's in 2026.
And this you had at Legion's Con, and it was stupid cool. It was all of your torches. I have a couple of the hand torches. Missed out on the one that would have went great for my goblins, but I pretty much got one that fit like my Leodicius faction. Got one that fits my Arether faction. just needed one of the wood ones that sold out because that was the newest hand torch you made, right? Was
Well,
the goblin looking one?
The goblin looking one, and the bronze or brass colored one that you probably put with your Leodicius people. Those are the two newest ones I made this year. That was the first time they were available. Pretty much like LegionsCon 2022, I had 9 styles. And then this year I came in with like 22, I believe.
You barely had anything left over.
Dude,
I still have some. If anybody's interested, reach out.
you should get with what's his name from what's it called? He makes the coffin with all the blood and shit. What's
Super Action stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
He's got the production and you got the torches, bro.
That'd be sweet. I would love to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, and he's sort of the same. Greg's the sort of same mentality as you. Try to keep it as affordable as possible and stuff like that. But these are awesome. They look amazing. They're, for anybody that's looking, none of these torches are foam.
No, everything's 3D printed. All of that.
They're wired. They have a battery that can change out easily.
Same kind of battery goes in your key fob for your cars, so it's easy to find.
How much are those?
The wall ones, they go for $30 for a set of 2. The tall ones and the medium-sized ones, they're all $40 for a set of 2.
Oh.
I'm currently sold out of the medium ones. The only ones I have left of those is the big, like, darker colored ones. And then the 3 in the middle of the tall ones, and I have all the wall ones that's still available.
Cutthroat made a good comment about the snow one would be cool for like Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Right.
You could have all your Sub-Zeros battling each other.
Somebody said going to Joe Fest.
Like the only place I will actually sell at is going to be LegionsCon, just because it's, a niche crowd and what I make.
And it's a good like span to allow you to build up what you need to do for that, that event.
Pretty much the whole year is like just making something and, kind of putting out feelers, see who's interested, showing it my story, seeing what kind of gauging reactions and going from there.
Yeah, just all your first time stuff that you just don't think is good, just send it my way. It'll be all right. And then this was the new one that you had on display that was like, I don't know how the hell you did it, because everybody that's checking this out, we got this freaking candles, like the little flames lit up and it looked like real flames. It was just phenomenal. And then I was sad that this was just sort of you showing what was the future, what's to come, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, these are coming sometime. I'm not sure exactly when yet, but there's a couple of them I gave out to Trevor for a 1/6 shooter, him and Nate, because they really helped me like get my name out there a lot leading up to this LegionsCon. So I wanted to, speaking of, that's the first time like he used one of my pieces in a production picture, which kind of blew my mind. That's something I never even thought about. And then he used it and I was like, well, holy shit. It's always going to be tied to this figure in this toy line now. It's like nuts to me.
Another good dude in the community.
Yeah, Trevor's awesome.
Same as you. Like I hit him up because I was like, man, my little lamp LEDs aren't cutting it. And I was like, hey man, can I just send you some photos of my setup and what lights you would suggest and all that type of stuff? Because I mean, this dude is a phenomenal figure photographer. And I'm like, maybe you can throw some pointer stuff in. And we just went back and forth about stuff, and just honestly, just a really, really humble and good dude. Yeah,
Trevor's a great dude, man. Like I tell him all the time, I have those moments where I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio, like oh, every time like one of my shit pops up, and like it's like the reveals they just did at LegionsCon. Like all the bad guys had my torches in the background. So when people were coming around, I was like, oh, you saw these ones in the reveals here, and here. If you're interested.
It's like those old school highlight books. You gotta go around circling all your torches.
Right.
No chewing in the mix. What's up? No chewing. But yeah, this is phenomenal.
Right.
Love it. And then the next one, these were new at LegionsCon too.
Yeah, those are those are the things that everybody's kind of looking forward to with Poxus coming this month. Is some different staffs. I'm working on some other styles and different tops for them. The ones I had at Legion's Con were painted, like the bulbs on them were painted like colors, but when I do them, they're actually going to be like the colored resin. So they'll actually look a little deeper and have a little bit better look to them. But yeah, I had a red one, a green one, and a blue one there with me at that time.
Reminded me of the old school. I don't know if you ever played RuneScape back in the day, but RuneScape had the sorcerers had theirs like earth staff, fire staff, and it was basically like a wooden thing that had the little orb at the top. Very similar. I was like, that's cool.
This came about because I was like sitting there, and one day I'm like trying to think of something I could make for like wizards, and I looked over at my Motu shelf, and there's Evil Lynn. She had the eagle claw with the ball, and I was like, I wonder if I could make something like that and have it glow. So I just kind of toyed around and ended up come up with this.
So that lights up?
Yeah, the ball. Yeah, that's what's lighting up this photo.
Where does the damn battery go?
Oh, everything's wired. It comes like that's the thing is like some people are turned off because it's all wired, and
yeah, but I mean,
so
it's
like,
all up to you how you want to hide
you're gonna use it for a photo anyway, so.
Right.
So like the hand torch that I got, like you basically put it in the hand, and then the wire you could just sort of hide it behind the arm, depending on the angle of the shot you're trying to do, and then you could wrap up the extra wire and hide the battery pack underneath some pauldrons or something.
Or you could just take it into your editor and take out the wire.
Well, not everybody's super editor friendly. Josh is like, this is my first time editing, and I can remove all 15,000 wires.
Yeah, totally.
It's not hard though.
What?
Yeah.
To edit a photo.
Yeah,
my wiring out of an image
photo like that. It's not that hard.
Yeah, super
the editing
easy.
program literally does it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I'm used to the old school ways where you had to use a magic eraser in Photoshop, and you had to select the nearby textures, and you had to go through.
Way beyond that. That was horrible.
Shit.
Yeah, like
Judd knows this shit. I didn't even know you knew what Photoshop was, Judd.
I know lots of things. I knew Photoshop before you knew it existed.
Photoshop's that store next to the Walgreens downtown.
They got that 1 hour developing.
Yeah.
Like
take all the wires out.
And you were nice enough to share some future or stuff that you're working on.
Yeah, this is a little bot that I'm working on for like a cosmic like companion bot kind of thing. And when I get done with it, the arms, they'll be interchangeable arms. There'll be the antenna part on top. It'll be interchangeable. There'll be different toppers and different arms that you can use. Also, like the clear pegs from your cosmics will plug in, so you can also plug in anything that can plug into your cosmics for it as well.
Oh, cool.
And these are some of the ones I just now got, like all the things I've been working on over the holiday season for it. I got them all printed out, and this is my first time really actually getting to play with it and mix and match. And you can totally make whatever you want with it and paint it up however you want. Have an army of them, have one. It's up to you. And those will be, I'm trying to, I got a few things I need to finish up on them and try and dial in the right way, but I'm excited to see what people can do with it.
Well, what is that?
A flamethrower.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Plug.
I was like, he's making sex droids.
What the fuck are
Well, I mean,
can't take him nowhere.
you can't. You got to put a fucking muzzle on this guy.
He's
I'm just saying, maybe somebody wants some like,
I could say, yeah.
With wieners. It's unhealthy.
You'd have the little rabbit ears on it. Maybe you have a flashlight on the back of it,
Oh my god.
You never know, man. There's people in their role playing.
You can get a 112 set of like sex toys on Amazon for your figures.
Yeah, I think Talker Art bought it.
Did he?
It has the beads and it has pee and all that type of stuff in it.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea of this is just to make something that anybody can take and do whatever they want with. And some of the things on it, like blasters, they're blasters. And then like the toppers can be used however they want. Like some of them like the last one had like, I figured it could be like a power generator or like shield generator or something. And it's up to you however you want to paint it up and use it. Like some of them have like tanks and stuff like that for the top.
But future idea, you could probably clear, do a color like resin here and then put an LED in it.
Yeah, that's kind of beyond my abilities at this point. I'm still like trying to figure out the whole like sculpting stuff and getting everything together.
So the plug for the clear peg for the Cosmic's on the bottom side of that, right?
Well, that one's my like little I'm trying to work on a different way to do it, like maybe try and make it so it can hook to your figure, but I'm not sure how well that'll work yet. I want to mess around with it more.
I was saying that you had the hole in the bottom right there.
Right.
On the other one with the two blasters on the either side, if you put it on their back, it could double as like a jetpack.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, like the one I had, the reason why I had the clear peg is just because like I was trying to find a way to just show it off at the show. So I just stuck it on the Tamashii Nation stand.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna like. I want to eventually have other bodies. Like this is just the first batch of things I made for it, but I'm still like our whole ride home, the 7 hours on our ride home from Legion's Con was just me and the wife coming up with new ideas to try and different pieces and parts to try and make for it for more options.
That's cool that you guys are doing it together. That makes it easier, because when you have to disappear for a few hours, she's like, yeah, I know why.
Right.
Yeah, she's always the first one to tell me if it's working or not, or I need to try and change something, or, she's my go-to.
She just surprised you with like a huge case of all in like cosmics and stuff. Just be like, here you go. Here's some mythics.
And this is a custom I did, a repaint of the Wendigo Marvel Legend Build-A-Figure.
Looks better than the Marvel Legends Wendigo.
Yeah,
you got the chains, got some arrows going into him. Yeah, I know he doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
I recently I got a second set of hands and I cut them apart and re-glued them together and sculpted on them and repainted them. So they're a little bit more opened up, and I wanted to redo this picture with the Valiant Knights, seeing how they are a little bit more expressive and movable and stuff.
That's the one figure I kick myself in not picking up at Legion's Con. Man, I didn't pick one up, and yeah, I'm waiting for him to put them up for sale or whatever.
Next month, I think. And this is one of the heads I've tried painting.
Hey, everybody, he tried.
Yeah.
He tried painting. Look at Judd's getting his glasses on. Judd, he tried painting this. He just tried.
This is probably one.
Hey, those eyes are better than on Action Force.
Facts.
That's like, what the fuck, man? Why do I suck so bad? Why can't I do this?
Canucks is damn, that looks like art. I almost had a man bun going today, and I just was like, nah, it wasn't turning out. So,
oh my god, you and your hair.
Shut up, man. But yeah, that's amazing. First time customizing a knight?
Actually. That's just a repaint of like one of the Four Horsemen figures with like a piece of fur that I shoved into the shoulder pauldron.
Just a repaint, no big deal. Added fur to it, made it stand out way more than the original figure. But
I took a nap while I was doing it.
Right. But
woke up, I was done. This is what it is.
One thing that's awesome about like when you're talking about Mythic Legions is because this is most likely one of their Legion builders, I'm assuming.
No, this was a name figure. It was the Sir Owain.
Yeah,
but he's still a pretty cheap figure though. So,
but they released those Legion builders so you can do stuff like this, or you can be gangster like Brian and be like, "Hey, give me a name figure. I'll make it look even crazier."
I'm not like those crazy people that tear apart like the higher dollar ones to start making stuff with, but
what was that? What was the guy that was doing like the crazy customs? He came from Sweden.
Oh, Emil is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
that dwarf head back there, that's actually one of his head sculpts. He sculpted that one live one day on Facebook.
His whole table was insane. Like Toy Father that was in the chat, he actually picked up the Superman custom.
Yeah, Emil's amazing, dude. Like, there's a few people in the Mythic community. It's just like Emil's like probably the top tier, and then you got your Eric Miller and your David Williams, and they're just all three of those guys are like probably the best and the best right there.
And again, at that level, you could go up to them, talk to them, and they're just cool dudes. Like,
Oh yeah. Like the cool thing is every weekend there's like a customizing studio. Then they do a video call. You could hop in there and the mill's in there just chatting and BSing, and like he'll give you tips. Like the window to go. I said I just got done redoing the hands for him. Like a year ago, I got into one of those chats with him, and I was asking him, I was like, dude, how do you do? Like, what would you recommend to do this with? And he told me, and that's what I did. And I mean, that's the best part about the community is like it doesn't matter what tier the person is, they will help you out no matter what. Everybody's gracious enough to help each other, and that's the best part about it.
damn. And then finally, we got the lovely supporter in the back there. She looks like, oh shit, here we are at Legion's Con.
I didn't realize I sent a bad picture. I took 2 pictures, one with her smiling and that one. I didn't realize I sent this one. This is great. That picture's perfect actually right there.
But I mean, we got this was a setup at Legion's Con. That's RG bringing in his stuff.
Yeah, walking around with his big ass before he breaks into something on my table like he did.
His ass literally
Right.
Art's no ass bumped the table, knocked the figure over.
Not just a figure. It was a custom of a figure. Like I have a comic book character I made like in 2010. I always wanted to figure this. My friend NJ Tree went above and beyond and made this for me. And it was standing on my table, and Art comes through twerking his way past my table and knocks it off and breaks a horn with his giant Kardashian ass.
He was like, "You like my BBL?" But
he's just watching silently in the chat because he doesn't.
No, he felt that. Like he was like before, because I don't think you were at your table. It might have been.
No.
It was
my wife was the first one that got there. He walked up with it. I broke this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He felt that he was reaching out to the person that made it and all that stuff. Like he was already ahead of the game, and I mean, a custom with a thin like horn helmet, stuff like that. Right. It gets knocked over. That's a guaranteed risk.
I'm just gonna put up a sign next year that says no twerking.
No, you should put a sign of RG on there. It says, "Beware this man and his ass."
Just attention, warning, RG twerks.
But no, that's just a great setup in there. You got the dials and stuff like that. And here I thought when I came in, I was like, oh, he does these mugs and he did these torches. Like, yeah, I do dials too. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was the best part. We started talking. I was like, yeah, dude, you remember Josh's display? All those years ago? He's like, yeah. I was like, I did those. Like, wait, what? And kind of went from there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I think that's the final slide, yeah. But that's Legion's Con, man, and then you've just been on recovery ever since.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for next year and try and go from there. Yeah, she's gonna yell at me.
I mean, that was not her attitude through the whole con, actually.
Right. In her defense, she wasn't ready for me to take the first picture, so that I just didn't realize that was the wrong picture.
It's probably RG yelling at you and be like, take a picture of me carrying my giant tote, But anybody in the chat, everybody is it's been sort of winded down. Canuck running his mouth about stuff. He must have a little bit too many of his Jack and Cokes or whatever he's crowning Coke.
Is he calling out stuff that went up for pre-order today?
No, thank goodness. But just so Joey collects, y'all going to Legion's Con this year? I would like to. I hope I can. Just depending on the hotel situation and all that stuff. The place I've stayed at was awesome, but it was still that inconvenience having to wake up and drive to the convention.
Yeah. Well, this year they let any of the vendors had first dibs on hotel for like a week before they opened it up to everybody. So I think Art actually got into the hotel.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take his. I don't think he's offering the +1 to me, so he'll probably have somebody else. But no, it'll be awesome. Like I'll probably stay at the same hotel that I went. Like it's like that mix, like the one that's there for the vendors and stuff like that. Everybody else that's at the actual place, it's like after the show you can sit there drinking whatever because there's that restaurant or bar or whatever. But there's nothing else around there. Like the place that I stayed, like at least woke up and had like a buffet style like breakfast, and apparently like breakfast didn't really exist at the place.
It did. It's just it wasn't like a free continental breakfast type of thing. They had like your actual like buffet in there, and then they had like a little stand set out, but it was pay for.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't bad. The hotel was really cool. I mean, compared to the one before, where they had only one elevator working, and it was the busiest con they've ever had at their hotel. This place was really nice.
Until somebody pooped on the floor in the men's bathroom.
Yeah. There's always that one guy.
Right? Like, who does that? I don't even actually know. There a lot of the dudes there are just like when I had to go, it was like the end of Sunday. I was like, I actually got to use the bathroom, got to go sit on the toilet, whatever. Made my nest, but I'm looking down. I'm like, there is literally a puddle of piss coming from the other stall into the stall I was trying to use, and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
what the hell?
Wait,
Like,
was Canuck there?
No, he wasn't. What are you talking about? He'd just be out in the hallway just pissing. He'd be pissing in the floor of the actual hall. He's walking around looking at people's stuff, just piss coming down his leg. He's like, it's just Crown. It's not pee.
Crown. I drank so much Crown. It's pure Crown, I promise.
Oh, all right. Joey Collect says, I live like 20 minutes away from there, so I'll definitely be there. I'll have to live through unboxing art again this year. It depends, man. If I end up being the Arts Plus one, that's cool for getting the hold of those exclusives. Because if I don't, I'm going to be in that line with everybody else, and it's going to suck.
When is Legion's Con? Is that November?
November 9th and 10th this year.
Who uses urinals? That's so last year. Canuck says, "Hey, guess what I pre-ordered today? I don't know, man.
Joy
Toy.
Probably
Like 75 Joy Toy figures.
Oh, he said November 9th and 10th. He already knew. But got any questions? I know we've been sort of asking questions to Brian throughout the stream. Anybody have any questions? You guys make sure too, in the description, all his links, Facebook, Instagram, his Patreon, all that stuff is down below. Go show some love, support, and if you guys know people that would like his work too, spread the word.
I do
He's one of
giveaways
us, guys. He's one of us.
I do a giveaway every 500 followers and every Christmas holiday season.
What the man? Go to Instagram. Who does? Do you have a catalog of your work?
It comes out like the Sears catalog. Just wait for it. It'll be popping up around Christmas time.
It'll be in your mailbox.
You got to sign up for the mailing list.
Yeah. Everything I do is on Instagram.
Cutthroats, it'll be looking up for a diorama. Okay, nice.
I'm a little backed up right now, but hopefully I can get some stuff done. I got a couple big things to do at the beginning, and then hopefully it'll mellow out a bit.
Hope so, because I mean I need to get a hold of a medieval sort of dio for my mythics and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm like, man, I have a knight in the middle of an alleyway. Like, doesn't really. It seems weird,
Yeah, You can use this stuff would work. The fish tank stuff.
Fucking fish tank stuff. Probably all those fish probably died in there. A dead lizard was hanging out of it or something.
Probably.
You probably didn't even clean it. It's probably full of like little mites and everything.
Don't
crawling
care.
all over you, infecting your eyeballs and stuff, making them bluer.
I think it's sweet, Josh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, what the fuck, Judd? You just been like this Josh supporter today. What the hell?
Eat it, Art. Eat it.
Love you, bro.
Oh, Paul wants no boxers or briefs. Oh, you don't really have to answer that.
I was saying.
He's not answering. He just swings naturally, Paul. He just lets it all hang low.
Free balling.
Right. Oh, I'm an ass. Why am I an ass? Just followed y'all on Instagram. Followed Concrete last week. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, freaking Cockscrate made a freaking TikTok called Concrete.
Yeah, Concrete Toys. I have to thank Cutthroat for that one.
Man, why Canuck? Man, you need to cut back on that crown, bro. He's an ass.
Wow.
All right, and then Cutthroat says, "Do you still sell the Karvar Custom Yes, they're actually. If you go to his Instagram, he has links to all his stuff where you can get all those cool Karvar Custom T-shirts. I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like...
You already got it, so yeah, everything's on there. All my Instagram, link tree thing or whatever it is. I'll take you to everything you need.
All right. Well, we'll wind down. We've had you for an hour and 34 minutes. Nobody's really pumping out more questions. I do thank everybody that's been tuning in. Definitely show some love and support to Karvar, and make sure you guys are, sharing this stream, even so people can watch the replay, to really get the idea of the man behind the company, and what the fuck. And but yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like, we need to support fellow creators and artists that are like-minded, that aren't shitty. They're not shitty people. There's too many people that are out there supporting shitty people. Stop doing it and support the people that are good. So we need to keep this positivity going, and surround ourselves with that type of Legion's Con environment. All the groups should be that environment. So, but all right. So I got all your links down below. Is there anything that I missed? I got your Instagram, Facebook, Patreon. Was there anything else?
No, I think it's about it. I'm horrible with the Facebook. I don't update it very well. I don't know why. I'm just only good with my Instagram. So don't even waste your time with the Facebook, because I hardly ever check it.
Facebook's dying anyway.
That's what it sort of feels like.
IG sucks.
I only get on Facebook for the Cabal anymore.
Dude, TikTok is
all he uses
crazy.
OnlyFans
Are you
with a
on
question
TikTok?
mark.
Right, I make dioramas in slow motion to Kenny G music.
Hey,
I'd pay for that.
Make you a TikTok, post them up there.
Yeah, come into Plastic Animals too, man. You can show your stuff on there. It's a private little group where you have to answer some questions to get in, but I try to keep the community positive and
send me a link.
Drama free,
definitely.
But all right, everybody, you know where to find Cox Create and Concrete. He's on TikTok now. Go find him on Instagram. It is awesome figure photography. You guys know where to find Froggy Geezer. It's me in the future. So
if you wait long enough, he'll disappear.
You'll never see me and Judd in the same room, because if we do, then it messes with the the timelines and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. But as I tell you guys, I want you guys all to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting. And have a beautiful day.